Hi, and welcome to Neo's Makeup. I'm Neo, and today I'm not doing anime makeup. I'm also testing some new stuff again. Today I am testing. First of all, before I even get into this, you saw the title, you saw the thumbnail. I never thought I was actually going to buy a Natasha Denona palette, but here we are. A beautiful all matte palette. And I still don't know how I feel about this. I mean, oh yay, two years, wow. I didn't know that her formula lasted 2 years. Okay, I like that. So you can see this, inside's pink, I like that. I've really been into olives this year, so like, this speaks to me. And olive and pink has become one of my new favorite color combinations. So, before I get into testing this, I just have to say, last year I think it was, or it might have been earlier this year, I don't remember. I remember I mentioned that I would probably never get a Natasha Denona palette because they are crazy expensive. I also said I wasn't going to be getting the Prism palette or the Subculture palette. I got both, and now I have a Natasha Denona palette. Next will probably be Pat McGrath, which I still doubt I'm ever going to buy any of their things. But this palette spoke to me for some reason. I'm holding it up and you can't even see it. This palette spoke to me for some reason, and it is $129. Thank God for a paycheck. Anyway, let me open this palette up. Oof. I thought I heard something break. Okay. No. And you get these gorgeous colors. This palette really speaks to me for some reason. And I am just... for some reason, these colors speak to me. And instead of doing a usual, just going right into it, doing an anime makeup look with it, because I see some looks with this. I know it sounds weird to say that, but I do. I see some fun looks with these weird colors. I mean, it's a weird color combination, I mean, but I am really intrigued. And the thing that really intrigued me is same type of packaging as her Tropics palette. So this time it's all matte. No, none of those weird metallics that don't do anything. So, same type of packaging. Which that palette kind of drew me in. The packaging of that palette was like, it reminded me of like a 50s car, and I was like, oh, I'm into that. This one just reminds me of Wicked. I think that's why I like this color combination of olive and pink. Anyway, real quickly had to say, like how compact the packaging is. It's very thin. And let me see how many shades. So we have 15 shades in here, and all of them are 2.5 grams. Okay, so that means you are literally paying $8.6 per eyeshadow. Now let's see, how much is that per gram? So that's actually roughly about $3.40 per gram. I don't know how I feel about that. This is, again, expensive, which I never thought I was going to... Again, I never thought I was going to get a Natasha Denona palette. Well, I can't get it out, but these are magnetic pans, and I have tested them by going... Oh, I hate doing this because I know that some of her other palettes in the past have had duds where they will fall out. So just... This one's good. Anyway, I'm going to prime my eyes real quick and set them using one of the eyeshadows in here. And we're going to get into a look. Because this is 15 shades, I'm going to do 2 separate looks on the eyes. I'm not going to do a full face because I don't have enough time. But, again, this is just a full palette review, similar to a Shiseido review that I think is coming up before this. I'm going to go put on my eyeshadow primer, which is literally a $7 primer. I'm gonna go put this on off the camera and I'll be right back. Okay, so since I'm doing two different eye looks, I actually put down two different base colors. So on this side I have Aya, and on this side I have Malia, or Malia, sorry. And yeah, I think on this side I'm gonna go for more warm tones, this side more of the pinks and berries, so I'm gonna have fun. By the way, real quickly, I want to say, because I forgot to mention this in my Shiseido video, and every video I do, in between every eyeshadow, whenever you see me use a brush over and over, I'm going in and using my Veramona color switch in between, and I'm just dusting off all the powder, and you can see like no powder stays on. Even though some of them get stained, they are technically still clean, so everything is still like true to what it is. Okay, so since I'm going to be going in with the warm tones on this eye, I'm first going to go into Tamarind, or Tamarind. I don't know how you say it. I'm sorry. And I'm going to buff that just above the crease. Okay, I actually like that color. Real quick, this does get, I'm trying to show it to where it doesn't fly off. It does get a little bit of kick up. I'm normally okay with kick up, but whenever you're asking $129 for eyeshadow, I'm like, want to hold on to every little bit I can have. Next, I'm going to go into Desert Date. Again, this is going to be like a really simple, like warm-toned eye. So I'm going to go into Desert Date and drag that just like right below. Okay, so I would actually wish I would have used this as a transition shade for Tamarind, because they are Tamarind's just a little bit darker. I didn't really realize that, because when you look here, you're like, okay, yeah, no, that's gonna be a good transition. That's gonna be a better transition for in the crease. But we're gonna move on. Now I'm gonna take the shade right here, Try, which is this nice like rust orange. I'm going to add that to the crease. I feel like I'm doing a Tati look today, because I'm just like, oh yeah, a lot of colors in the crease. Going to blend real quickly, use my Sephora Collection number 10 brush. I'll say Tribe had the least amount of fallout so far, and I'm okay with that. I mean, not fallout, but like kick up in the pan. Now I'm going to take the shade Thorn. I'm basically going like warm, like smoky on here on this eye, and I'm going to pack that on the lid. Okay, so not really feeling this eye right now. I'm going to blend and hope that works. That's basically all the color I want to take on this eye for right now. I think I'll take a little bit of Aya just to like brighten right here. And Aya is the base shade that I put down on the lid. Wow, that really does brighten. Okay, I think I'm done with this eye for now. My main thought right now is like, okay, this color that I have right here is literally what I have in the crease. I kind of wish I would have put Thorn in the crease to deepen it and then put Tribe on the lid. But c'est la vie. So since this eye is going to be a little more cool toned, I'm going to go into Lotus, which is a nice mauve color. I wish we had more mauves out here. I'm going to take that color and really put that into the crease. Okay, I love that transition color. I love that as a transition color. Yeah, okay. Already I'm more hopeful for this eye. Next I'm going to take Masai, which is this plummy purple right here. Not really plum, just like a deeper purple. And I'm going to use that to deepen the crease. Real quickly, I'm going to take my Sephora Election number 10 brush and just blend it out. Okay, so I'm going to do something really fun. I'm going to take Voodoo, which is almost a brown. It's like that deep of a plum color. I'm going to use that to deepen the outer corner and slightly into the crease. Do my usual eye shape, I do. Taking that brush again, just blending. Okay, I am really liking this eye. I didn't. I'll be honest. I'm like, I'm probably not gonna like this palette that much. It's nice. I like it, but I don't think it's gonna be that pretty when you actually put it on the eye. And oh my gosh, this is giving me like floral colors and like I'm liking it. Yeah. I basically want to use all the shades in this palette, so I'm going to take Fata Fata Morgana or Fata Morgana. I don't know how you say it. Which is this nice blue color. And I'm basically going to put that all on this empty space right here. Ooh. That one has the most amount to kick up, so let's see. I'm going to take my blending brush again and just blend that. Oh my gosh, this is like this is like the Patrick Star Floral Realness collection, but instead of like that like metallic, like beautiful blue, it's just a matte version. I'm kind of here for it. But I'm also getting the feeling that this looks very similar to what would have happened if I would have switched things around in my Maybelline Soda Pop palette. Honestly, these two eyes look like they could be from the Soda Pop palette. I think that's about to change because I'm going to now take... Ooh, that blue is actually really stained my brush. Because I just swiped it, put it through my pheromone, and it still had pigment. Okay. So note that blue is very pigmented. Okay, so for under the eyes, I'm going to do this one first. I'm going to take Shea and just place that all underneath. Which, by the way, under here I don't have any primer, so this is just going. I'm just basically testing to see how it does without primer. Now I'm going to take a little bit of Amara and just blend that out. Amhara, I mean. I like that. I actually kind of like that. I like this grungy eye, I feel like. Is it the best I've done? No. Is it solid? Is it nice? Yeah, I can do better. But this one, I'm just living for this color combination right now. So for this eye, I'm going to take the shade Rhino and just do like I did with Shea and just kind of bring it all the way under. I'm going to take, oh, I don't know which one I want to take. I either want to take Savannah or Stone. I think I'm going to take Stone since they're both grays. In that case, I'm going to put Savannah right here. Okay, now I'm going to take the shade Savannah and pop that on this inner corner. I'm taking that first color, Malia, and topping it right here. Just. Okay, I made it messy. That's my fault. So that's every color in this palette. Um, hmm. I feel like the warm tones, this was not the best that they could have looked because I know now that some of them I just put them in the wrong place, so that's on me. Otherwise, they blended out very well. These cool tones that are really like fun. Oddly enough, has a little bit of warmth to it. I think that what shade was it? It was Masai, which is I said was like the deeper purple. Has a little bit of warmth to it, so it blends out into a warmer color, which is okay. Okay, so before I get my final thoughts, I actually do want to throw on a little lip real quick, and I'm actually going to be using two of the new Huda Beauty, not Huda Beauty, Fenty Beauty Stunner Lip Paints. The funny thing is, I think this one matches this eye, and I think this one matches this eye. So I'm going to put Unveil on half my lips, and I'm going to put Unbutton on the other half. Uncuffed. Unbutton came out earlier this week, and I'm mad. Anyway, let's do that real quick. Okay, so I just had to say, this is like such a perfect nude that's blending in. This, ooh, that's a lot on my lips. Anyway, this is such a pretty color. So is this. I'm loving both. Honestly, what I should have done was I should have done Unveil all around and then Uncuff in the center and blend. Oh my god, that would have been good. Well, I'm gonna have a look. I'm gonna have a look for later on. Anyway, I want to get back to this palette. I have mixed emotions about this palette. Did all these mattes blend out well? Yes. Is this eye the best I've ever done? No. Is this eye the best I've ever done? It's better than this eye. It's just been a trend lately. I just noticed that. Hinting towards this Shiseido video. Anyway, I love how this looks, but I feel like I can go through and find another palette and do the exact same thing. Actually, hold on, let me see. So while not exact, I could have gotten very similar looks with this palette, which is the Urban Decay Born to Run palette, which has 21 shades, I believe. You see? Yeah, this one has 21 shades, a mixture of matte, metallics, and shimmers, as well as some really fun and unique colors, like Wanderlust is like a gorgeous color. Big Sky, really nice. Drift is a fun purple. But I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay, 21 shades, and let's see. This one was, so this palette was $49. Still is $49 because it's still on sale at Sephora. Also has the warm shades as well. So, the one thing I will say, it doesn't have that nice mauvey transition shade that I was loving. And this shade, but okay, to combat that thought, this palette has, or does this one have a nice matte purple? Yes, it does. It's called Hellride. It's almost the exact same shade as that purple that I was talking about. But I feel like I got something very similar to this like blend when I used this palette, which is $12. So I'm perplexed. Honestly, these shadows obviously work. I mean, I'm just staring at this eye and I'm just like, I wish I would have just stuck with this and done it on both eyes, because it is so nice to me. And I'm trying to think, it's like giving me some, I said earlier, like floral vibes. And even if you just like, that's a look. That's a look. And I can even like throw on some like fun liner. Hold on, let me do that real quick. So I feel like those liners really made these look like really cool. Honestly, this one's blending in, which I'm okay with, because I feel like, I don't know. Honestly, I'm really perplexed about how I feel about this palette. Is it beautiful? Is it a beautiful palette? Yes. Does it speak to me? Yes. Obviously, look at how I'm like loving this. Are all these colors true to color? No. I will say that. Savannah, which is this nice, like in the pan it looks gray. Whenever you actually pick it up, it's olive. So if I swatch it like this, you can see the olive. You can see it's kind of patchy. I put it right here because I thought it would look nice. It didn't. Honestly, I feel like I need to play with this palette more before I can make a full final decision. But ultimately, I feel like I could have done something very similar with this palette. Which I was going to do a review whenever this palette first came out. I never did because time slipped away from me and I got busy with other things, like having to move. So, I don't know how I feel. I mean, really, inside I feel like, okay, this I have so many palettes for. This I don't have as many palettes for. I mean, I do have like some, let's see. I mean, the first palette my mind went right to when I think about this color scheme is my Sephora Pro editorial palette, but it does not have that mauve color. Honestly, I wish... No, this is going to sound really bad. I don't want it to. I wish you could buy these as singles, because if so, I would get this blue, the mauve, maybe that purple I was putting in the crease, and this rust color. I think those are the shades I would, and Savannah, so that I can like really use it as an olive, but I have other olive colors. But I don't have like, I don't have this mauve. I don't have like this nice matte blue. I don't have a nice matte purple that just like effortlessly blends into the mauve. And I don't have like a nice rust red orange. Plus Voodoo is really nice. So again, I feel perplexed about this palette because ultimately it does work. I'm just having trouble justifying it at the moment because I'm looking not in the viewfinder, I'm looking in this mirror. And yeah, it looks... Honestly, I'm just living for this. This one I'm like, okay, I had that in other palettes. That being said, okay, this is my thought. It works, yes. I've heard apparently there's some people who have bad palettes, which seems to be a trend with Natasha Denona. Just saying. The part I'm really liking is the cool tones. Like the pinks, I mean the mauve, the purples, the blue, and one warm tone. Everything else I am not feeling as much. So even though I'm like, okay, yeah, that's what? One, two, three, four, five, like 6 shadows. That's 6 out of 15. That's not even half. So ultimately, I feel like I don't want. My problem with doing reviews is like I don't want it to seem like I just got this to review it. No, when I get something, I get something because I want to love it. Like I got the Fenty. You saw I did a full face of new products. All of it I pretty much loved except for like the concealer. And I think that was it, right? Yeah, the concealer. Everything else I loved. I get stuff so I can actually love it and use it, but with this, I just know I won't. Now, if at some point she puts some of these shades out as permanent shades, I would grab them in a heartbeat. I would literally grab those 6 shades in a heartbeat because I would love to redo this as an everyday thing. I would do it as an everyday thing. And I would use this rust in so many different things. But I honestly don't see myself using this palette. So, does it work? Yes. Is it for me? For this eye, yes. With everything else, not so much. Will someone else probably love this? Yes, and if so, get it. You'll probably love it. Can I say I recommend it? Yeah, I can. And the reason is, again, it worked. Is it worth $129? No, I do not think that. Honestly, these colors did blend out really very well. They're super pigmented. I mean, this blue blew me away. But at the same time, I feel like I'm at this point in my collection where I have so many similar colors that I need to pick and edit down what I do and don't need. And sadly, this would be one I don't need. Which saddens me. I was like, okay, I just got my first like bougie palette, aside from like one face palette I just got because it's really nice and pretty, which is the Hourglass Ambient Unlocked. But really, aside from those shades that I mentioned over and over again, I don't see myself using this, which disappoints me because I really want to love this palette. And I do love parts, but not all. And if I'm at that point where it's like, this is $129 and if I don't love it all, I need to say no. So that being said, I probably will not keep this palette. I will probably bring it back and probably get something else that I can bring in so I can review on my channel. Is that disappointing for me? Yes. Because I just really wanted to love this. But yeah, I think that's all I can say. If you like this video, please do like, comment, and subscribe. If you like me and you want to see more, please do subscribe and click that little bell button because every time I release a new video, you'll get a notification. Aside from that, hope you have a good night or day wherever you are, and don't let my thoughts influence you about this. Do you need this palette? That's up to you. If you want the palette, it's up to you. I just have so many other palettes that have so many similar shades, except for like a matte like that, and like I said, except for this eye. I have so many palettes that have like these shades, and some of these just not exactly the same. So I feel like even though I like this, I don't need it in my collection. That being said, it might feel a spot in yours, and if you get it, I hope you enjoy it. That being said, I feel like I need to sign off, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.